Hey guys, I just wanted to do a super speedy product review for you while there's still some sunlight left. I recently purchased a lip glaze from the brand 100% Pure, and I have been wearing it for the past week or so, and so I thought that gave me enough time to sort of really get acquainted with it and sort of come up with a decent assessment for you. So I'm actually wearing it today. This is what's on my lips. Um, the line is called 100% Pure, as I think I mentioned, and so all of their makeup is natural and it's fruit-based, which I think is really neat and really original. Um, Now, I don't want this to sound preachy, uh, so I don't know how to go about this where it doesn't, but basically, when I buy and wear makeup, I only purchase makeup that is cruelty-free and that doesn't have any harsh chemicals in it because what we put on our excuse me on our skin gets absorbed into our bodies, and if we're putting a lot of chemicals and not good things onto our skin, that goes into our bodies. And so I have sort of decided over the past few years to only buy natural makeup. So I've been looking for some good brands, and I'm hoping that I can do some reviews on what I purchase, this being one of them, to help other people who are in the same boat find brands that cater to their needs, both being natural and cruelty free, as well as being genuinely good products. So if you're not in the market for natural brands, that's okay. This isn't like me saying, oh, you should be, only buying cruelty-free or natural brands. That's obviously a personal choice. But if you're just looking for, some product reviews, then stay tuned. But if you are also looking for brands of that nature, then hopefully this will help you find what you're looking for. That was really long-winded. So to the actual product, the color I bought, I'm going to totally butcher the name because it's ironically the only one I can't pronounce. It's spelled, I have it in my hand, it's spelled Lychee. I think it's Lychee, but I'm probably really wrong, and if I am wrong, feel free to correct me, because I would love to know how to pronounce it. Basically, it's this gorgeous sort of neutral dusty rose color, and I'll swatch it for you actually on my hand so you can get a better idea. Um, I'm sorry, the lighting is terrible, but that hopefully will give you some idea. Why can't I get a good angle? There we go. Um, some idea of what the color looks like. It's just this really sort of perfect everyday color, really flattering, on me anyways. I'm deathly pale, as you can see, so obviously if you have a different skin tone than me, then it might look different on you. But I really like it personally, the color. As far as the product itself, one thing I found um, is it's quite drying. It's actually a really interesting formulation, um, in that it looks, I don't know if you can see, it looks like it should have some sort of like a glossy sheen to it. I swatched at a really awkward angle. Um, but when it comes onto your lip, there is a little bit of sort of dewiness, or not dewiness, what's it, like a sheen. But it's mostly matte, which is really interesting. And I'm one of those people who's opposed to sparkles personally, so I like that it's more matte. But it does mean that it is a little bit drying. So I've been wearing it with a lip balm over top, and honestly, that makes it perfect because otherwise, it's such a nice sort of creamy formulation, and it just goes on really lovely. Um, Also, one thing I have to note, I've tried a lot of natural lipsticks. Um, I've tried Real Purity. I've tried a lot of Etsy, like independent brands. Trying to think of other ones. I've tried a lot, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And my biggest qualm with them, because for the most part, I don't notice a huge difference between natural brands and drugstore brands or even high-end brands. But the one thing I do notice is staying power, not staying powder, that's not a thing. Staying power. I notice that natural brands tend to wear off much quicker, which is understandable because they're not chocked full of, you know, preservatives and chemicals and things that would keep it on longer. But it's kind of a bummer because with me, I don't know if this happens to you, but with me, when lipstick fades, it doesn't just sort of nicely fade away. It all goes away, and then I get this ring of whatever color it is around my natural lips, and my natural lips are really pale, so I have this garish ring around my like white lips, and it just looks horrible when it fades. So, and especially because I like to wear darker colors on a regular basis, I've started wearing uh, more of a natural look since I bought this actually, but I usually wear a lot of reds and stuff, so that's just not a nice look when you get that ring. Um, so one thing I really love about this is that when it starts to fade, as all lipsticks do, instead of just leaving a ring or sort of smudging off, it leaves just a really soft, natural stain, which is so much more ideal because then it just looks like your natural lips instead of it being that awkward, like 90s-esque lip ring. Uh, Not lip ring as in a piercing. You hopefully know what I'm talking about. Um, yes. So I really like that about it. What else can I tell you about it? The smell is actually really lovely. It's very subtle, but I can't identify it, but it's fruity. It's just, I mean, it's made from fruit, so it's just sort of like a mashup of fruit. Um, Very subtle, not overpowering or anything. So for you, like for those of you who are more opposed to scents, and I know there are lots of people out there that don't like their products to be scented, which I totally understand. It's not overpowering or nauseating or anything. It's just a really nice, sort of soft, fruity scent, very fresh and natural smelling. Um, yeah. I think if there's anything else that you might want to know about it. The range of colors is really impressive. They have mostly, I mean, it's mostly in the pink shades, but they have like every shade of pink you can imagine. They have some peachy shades, they have some red shades, so it's a nice color selection. I know for those of you who like more brownie nudes, you'll probably have a difficult time finding what you're looking for. Um, but for me, I can't wear that color, those kinds of colors anyways, because they just don't work on my skin tone. So the range is perfect for me. So for those of you who are pale or who look better with pinky colors, I would highly recommend checking them out. Um, and what else can I tell you? I sort of cheated, and instead they're only available online. And instead of getting from their website directly, I purchased through an eBay seller and got it for like $4 or $5 cheaper, not including shipping. So if it would have been cheap with shipping, it would have been even cheaper for me to just get it on eBay. So I'll link the seller that I bought it from below, not my seller, they're not my own personal seller, but the seller that I bought them from below, bought it from below, and I'll just actually show you the packaging because it's really unique. I'm not in love with it. It kind of looks like a tampon, but for those of you who like, there we go. For those of you who like sort of more unique packaging, it's got sort of this floral pattern, and it's just sort of got this like silver case, and it says 100% pure. And then at the bottom it says the color, but it's sort of stamped out on mine. And then it's just like a twist up. Sorry, I'm still not used to how to position things so you can actually see. And the lighting is the pits as usual, and I apologize for that. Someday in Canada we will actually see the sun, and on that day I will film a million videos, and it'll just be awesome. Um, Anyways, yeah, so basically I'll summarize with like a pro and con list. So the pros would be it lasts a really good amount of time, and when it fades really nice and in like a sort of a stain. Um, it has a nice subtle smell. Um, the colors are really, really pretty, and I just bought this sight unseen. Obviously, it's only available online, so I couldn't swatch it or anything. I just sort of guessed, and I really, really like the color a lot. It's become like my favorite lipstick, and I have a lot of lipsticks. I'm a lipstick addict. Um, what else are the pros? Not overly expensive. I know a lot of natural cosmetics can be like break the bank expensive. This really wasn't bad. It's sort of comparable with a lot of drugstore brands. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? For the pros, I think that might be about it. I like the formulation a lot. I think it's really creamy and easy to apply. and it stays on a really long time with not lip liner, primer, by the way. Um, I think that's it for the pros. And for the cons, it's really just two things. It's the packaging, which is kind of tacky in my opinion, but you might really like it, and that's awesome. So this is a completely subjective thing. And the only other the only other con I have is that it can be a little bit drying, but it works really well with lip balm, so that's not a massive like hindrance. Um, so to sort of sum up again, I would recommend this definitely, and I'm not in any way sponsored by them. This is something I bought completely on my own from eBay, so they probably wouldn't want me to have bought it that way anyways. Um, and I'm really picky with lipstick, so for me to say yes, go buy one of these, um, that's a truthful endorsement. Um, and I believe it from eBay it was like 16 bucks including shipping, and what else did I want to say about it? I just had something. I think that was about it. So, anyways, this is now over 10 minutes, and I've just been talking about lipstick. So, oh, that's the last thing I wanted to say. Sorry, it's not called a lipstick, it's called a lip glaze. So if you go onto their website or type it into eBay, lip glaze, not lipstick. And that's about it. So if you're, on here because you're thinking, should I get one of these? Uh, and you want to see like a first-hand, unbiased account or review, whatever, I would recommend them. I feel like I'm holding a tampon though, that's the only downside. Anyways, so yes, I hope that's been helpful for anyone who's into this who's like looking to sort of get more natural products, especially lip products because you eat those. But for anyone who is not interested in going natural, that's totally fine. Again, totally your call, and I'm not here to judge or berate or even recommend that you go this route. I'll probably do another video on that in the future, but it's such a personal choice, and I'm not trying to influence that one way or the other. But I do think, if you're in the market for lipstick anyways, why not try something like this if it appeals to you. Um, Now I'm just rambling. Anyways, so yes, I hope this has been helpful, and I will try to do more of these natural product reviews in the future, um, and I will see you around. Bye. Oh, and thanks for watching. I keep forgetting to say that. I really do appreciate it, so thank you.